No, but like
Alright.
the dog and cat, they have functions in which it makes sense for them to be in like a pet form. Um, is that so? Kind of like
Alright, so we should be recording now. Unfortunately, we can't do this live because the person who'd normally stream it is A, having issues streaming, his computer crashes, and B, he's currently not actually present. So this is just three of us and a GM. One of us is actually going and microwaving food, so
so. What you're saying is that Justin's computer said, "Fuck this shit, it's out," and we're live again,
I guess.
and we're on. So can anyone remind me what happened last time, or would anyone like to?
We sold the emerald for a little less than it was worth, but it was fine. We purchased some supplies, or Dan's character purchased some supplies. I got in a drinking contest. The god of drinking didn't like me being immune to poison, so he decided to change that to resistant to poison.
For the duration of the drinking game.
Yes.
Because gods.
Maybe. It depends on whether you win or lose. Yeah, that's basically it. You're facing off against an NPC who was barely developed. Where is he? I had this sheet here. What the? No? Oh, right. No. Anywho, the two animated two animated small statues of gnomes kind of let go of your hands and disperse, and the cups in front of you start to fill up with liquor. Barley looks at you with his one good eye. And says, you think you're tough, Lolly?
Tougher than you, at least.
Ah, yeah. I didn't change the sheet name on Roll20. Well, let's start by rolling some Constitution saving throws as you both take your first drink.
Alright, and
Checks.
while you do that, I'm just going to quickly, while you're rolling that, I'm just going to quickly mention to the audience. This is probably the first time you've seen my character sheet. You're probably not going to be able to see it for the duration of the video because I'll be pressing this button and popping it out into its own window, and since this is a window capture, it just captures this area. It would not capture the character sheet, probably. So if you can't end up seeing it, I apologize, but here's just a quick overview of my stats, and I'll let them get back to doing it. I won't talk through the stats. If there's something not vanilla, then I will basically just do this and let you read it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry for the interruption. You can get back to doing what you're doing.
I'm back, guys.
Welcome back.
So let's
Oof.
without even looking at his beer like really creeping you out a bit, and well, he just lifts it up to the goblet up to his mouth, and then and it's gone.
Nice sound effects.
Thank you. I'll wait out. And he's kind of like, yeah, you seem to be able to handle yourself. Drink.
Okay. I'll look at the cup. Be like, "Are you sure this is beer? It seems kind of weak, but no judgments."
Nice. This time you actually finish first, and the beer actually, I don't know, has he been drunk before?
No. He would have never been drunk before.
And has he tasted beer before or wine before?
Oh yeah, this is an old trick.
Okay. So he knows the taste of it.
He's racially immune to poison, so he would have never gotten drunk.
Mm. Well,
But
this
he knows.
time you finish first, and you're kind of like. Now you're looking at him, and he's like, he gulps and then kind of like spit, or it spits toward the piano. The piano man starts playing a little jaunt as the competition gets a bit more heated. Constitution checks. Okay. He just barely passed this time. And the beer isn't really getting better. Now the checks are going to go up by 5. So now it's DC 50.
Okay.
And he looks at you and he would like to try to intimidate. 1d20 plus 4. Can you make an insight check? Yeah, it doesn't work on you. You kind of like see where he's going. He was trying to like growl at you almost, and you saw through it.
I'm gonna try a deception. I'm gonna look at him and say,
Ooh.
"You idiot! Like this stuff's like water in my veins. My grandfather was a dwarf.
I don't think that's physically possible.
So you're saying your dwarf fucked a snake or what?
I don't think I'm obviously.
I was about to say, I don't think
Okay.
he's actually
Sorry.
obviously a snake.
No, I was more saying that because I don't think dwarves can actually reproduce with anything else.
I don't know how the dwarves work. I don't know how dwarves get laid to begin with.
Well, it seems
When
that he's buying it at least, and he will have disadvantage on his check. Okay. Which means he gains 1 drunken level. And you start to see the beer having like a slow boss effect on him. Alrighty. Drink. And he takes another jug. And he succeeds.
Okay. Take another one.
With a natural 20. It's kind of like you become a bit less drunk.
So I'm going to try and tricking him again.
Okay. Oh.
What I'm going to do,
What
I'm
do you say
going
first?
to. Well, so I'm going to channel divinity to create a duplicate and have it kind of like stand off to the side, like imitating what I'm doing. Like he's seeing double. Just kind of look at him and be like, "Are you feeling okay? You look. You're not looking great."
That's as far as I can remember. That should probably be an intelligence check against it to see if it's what's your spellcasting DC?
Spellcasting DC is 16.
So he just managed to see through it. I know it's not real, and it like throws it throws one of his shoes through the other illusion.
Oh. Yeah, because if he threw alcohol, then he would have problems.
Yeah. Make another constitution check.
Okay.
Succeeds again. Damn! Still, what are you doing?
I mean, I might not have these gods on the side, but I've got the other gods on my side.
Okay, so he's going to finish his drink well quickly, and kind of like it's surprising where it goes in such a little form. Like, is he like 90% stomach? Probably. Who knows? That sounds kind of serious. In either case, he's going to look at you and then put up other arm he isn't using for drinking beer with. He's gonna put it on the table and say, "Okay, arm wrestle match 2."
Wait,
Arm wrestling
what?
match. That wasn't what it was agreed to.
But it's also while drinking, so both things at the same time. That's how a real man does it.
Is it now?
Or at least a real dwarf.
But if you can outdrink, then I'll think about it.
Yeah, but what's the matter? You too chicken?
A real dwarf would know better than that. Dwarf would know that you focus on the drink.
Yeah.
That's roll a wisdom check.
There's
DC
Pierre.
13.
While you're saying that, there's Pierre there who is just gulping down drink after drink, while ignoring this Constitution save.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
You have advantage with your draw.
Yeah.
Alright, so he manages to kind of like. Alright, so you're getting there. It's fine. He doesn't seem to be so phased by it. Now the DC goes up to 20.
My duplicate's just drinking with them.
And he takes another drunkenness level.
Okay, DC 20. Ouch.
You, and this is a surprising feeling for you. You become buzzed.
Well, that's interesting.
Drink. Failed again. And you've succeeded. Just barely. And drink.
How many levels of drunkenness do you need in order to pass out?
6.
Oh.
So you fail another one. You are 2 now. And he succeeds. And now... DC 22. So it's getting up. It's getting up there now. And he kind of like looks at you. His son just managed to succeed. Now, and you guys are like now close to it, and it's getting a drink. He takes another drunkenness level. He's at 4, and you can kind of see him like start to sway a bit from side to side. His words are definitely more slurry and unintelligible than before. Alright, drink. You also fail a save, so you're at 3 now, I think. Last one, with the 19.
Yeah, the 19 I failed. You said drink, so I hit it again.
Yeah. And so, are you at 3 now?
I think I'm either 1 or 2 behind him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's ever been a time where he succeeded and I failed. It's either we both failed or he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's at 4, so I think you're at 3. And this is really new for you. You're actually having trouble start. Your vision is a bit wonky now. You're kind of wondering if you've been poisoned.
You poison.
I can't be poisoned. And the couplets just keep filling up, and he says, definitely. Okay. You succeed. So now the DC goes up to 24.
Okay, so he has 5 and I have 3.
Yep. He is at 5 now, and now he must roll will saves. DC 10. So every time he has to drink a little bit more. Drink. He fails. He can't drink anymore, and he holds this goblet in his hand, and it's gonna like swaying back and forth on his stool. Lifts it up to his mouth and puts it back down again, and then just kind of passed out. You won!
Oi! Are you gonna finish that?
No, feel free to take a spot.
Yep, I walk over and grab his mug.
You do. It tastes fine. You've had worse. I mean, it's not Elvish. Like worse, you had Elvish wine before. It was.
Well, of course Elvish wine would be awful. It was made by elves. Elves don't know how to make real alcohol.
And the bartender kind of looks over. Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
And the two small figurines step up and say, "Today, a victory! Blood invaders been defeated. And what's your name?
Z.
Sea shall raise the glory of Utavern. All praises to sea. May his beer always taste great." And they do a little small ceremony, and like a small ritual, and you can see this small wheeze of magic flow from their hands, and kind of slide over you and around you. And for the next 24 hours, while you still feel the effects of the hangover, you have advantage on Constitution checks.
Awesome.
Which is pretty useless against someone who is already immune to poison.
Yeah, does my poison come back, or poison immunity come back?
Do you want to drink poison?
No. I'll just lay on hands, spend 5 points to remove any poison in my system. And just kind of dust myself off, get up, and take the seat that my clone is sitting in.
And you can take your winnings of 100 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bartender says, "Can somebody get Blarney's, I wouldn't say corpse, but his body outside?" And one of the other customers is...
I would say I'll do it. I'll just pick the dwarf up and prop him up outside. Put a bucket next to him in case he wakes up and needs to, vacate his stomach.
You do that.
I only have 20 strength.
Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't...
Only.
Dwarf's a bit sturdy. I mean, roll a strength check. Just for fun.
Oh gosh, I rolled a 6.
You... I mean, you get him out there. It takes some time.
Just roll him.
I mean, it's dead weight.
Yeah, you roll him.
He's literally dead weight because he's just completely loose. What's the term?
Completely blackout drunk.
Floppy? I guess floppy would be a word.
Whiskey dick?
Relaxed. That's the word. He's completely relaxed, so he's just kind of flopping about, and I can't really get a good grip on him, I guess.
Okay. Do you stay here for a couple of hours?
Yes.
During the
You've
next
got-
couple of hours.
What was it, a week?
You got a week, 5 days. Or something. Week and 5 days. You probably settle on a week. That's fine.
I think I said a week.
Yeah.
So we've got a week. It's not like we're not gonna have time.
My character hasn't had alcohol in how long?
Also, your character has some contacts here they could talk to.
Let him finish his drinking first.
Oh well. So the evening progresses in there. I don't think you experience much more in terms of actually being drunk.
No, I don't imagine.
Mm. And Pierre, you're a dwarf, so you're fine for now. Preston, do you drink?
I'll drink in moderation, responsibly. I've been having to do so for however long we've been on the ocean. I don't want to end up jailed for creating a public disturbance or something. So.
You spend the next couple of hours in here, and a detail you guys pick up about the bar, that there are a lot of people coming in and out. But what you seem to notice is that there haven't been any women coming in this place. They're all just men, and they all have this kind of like they come here to alleviate some kind of trauma element they went through in here. And then you kind of start to think about how the rest of the people who have been here kind of seems to click for you that there was one component missing about this town.
We're in a gay bar.
There are no female women on this island.
I thought the jeweler was female.
Yes, there's one. Exactly one, because I made a mistake. Do you ask around about it, maybe? That's how you do people. Okay.
No.
I mean, it's hard enough to tell dwarf women from men anyway.
That's true.
Takes a careful eye and a lot of practice.
It's the beard.
It's a braided. If it's braided, it's a woman.
Dwarf.
No, they're all probably braided.
Yeah, dwarf dating basically consists of trying to figure out if the other partner is male or female.
I mean, you can just ask them, and they will probably tell you.
That's admitting defeat.
Okay.
The dwarf equivalent of sending a dick. Like, yeah, if you're desperate, you do it, but it's not done in polite company.
Okay. Pierre.
Yes.
After a while you spend in this bar, you notice a tap on your shoulder.
I turn to the side. Yeah?
A tall-ish man, a bit lanky, and has this kind of some kind of leather spots on his face, and also he's balding on top like a monk. Looks at you. Is it you, Pierre?
Hang on. Tall by
Yeah.
whose standards? You're talking to a dwarf here.
Pierre Bloodlegs.
Who are you?
Don't you recognize me?
Do I recognize him?
Roll an insight check.
Also, how drunk are you?
Yeah, so it was a disadvantage check. No, you don't. But then he introduces himself. My name is Sanaka. I'm one of your father's business partners.
Salakar.
Salakar, that bloody old bastard. Don't trust him to take you out to drink. He will just leave you once he finds the first suitable woman.
So, Salakar, you found me. Now then, What do you need?
Well, I've been meaning to ask you about your father. I haven't heard from him in like close to 3 months now. I was wondering whether or not our business agreement was still running, or if I should look to.
Oh, because he's dead.
That's most terrible news.
That's annoying. What is? But yeah.
What did him in? This ratty old bastard.
What did him?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Try to think.
You don't know?
Oh, no. It's I'm trying to think what I would say.
Oh yeah.
Would my character actually know what did him in?
You haven't asked your father, and he hasn't told you either. I mean, you probably think that one of his business partners could have done it, or his smoking habit.
I know why.
Smoking doesn't kill people, though.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
I don't think he would know about that interest of his.
Off-market phone.
It would be kind of obvious, regardless, if you find your father dead, naked, and
Yeah.
You don't.
I just shrug and say, no idea. He just showed up dead one day. It's rather bloody annoying, that. What is? Okay, but currently I'm the new head of the company, though.
Are you sure? Because you were here and not in your headquarters.
Yes, I'm
I'm
sure. My previous boat ended up crashing, annoyingly. That's why I'm out here in the middle of nowhere trying to get back to my headquarters.
Did you have insurance on your boat?
I was a passenger.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to you here because I can talk to you about. Well, we haven't received our shipments.
So what do you mean you haven't received your shipments?
Well, I've been writing to your father for the past 2.5 months, asking where the goddamn shipments are, and there have been no shipments. Something about them being lost at sea or something. Who believes that? I mean, sure, it goes through the dangerous regions, of course, because it's the fastest route over here. It was an airship. You're not supposed to shoot down an airship.
Yeah, I was on an airship. It crashed.
How unfortunate.
But your shipments. Definitely get back to headquarters. Did nobody actually write you back?
Not yet. Of course, we are a bit away. I've been meaning to get a scroll of message so I can actually try to contact someone through magic and they can't ignore me. So far, no luck.
Do you know where these shipments are being lost at all? Because that's a annoyance.
Do you have a map?
Do we have a map? I think.
Yeah, I think I might have a few. Yes. Hello?
I think
Hello?
And where am I from?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay. That was
You're
some really crazy lag or something.
So-
Oh, and it's back.
Out of the sand region on here. It's sand.
Wait, where are you pinging?
Sorry, here. Boom. There.
Okay.
And the shipments have been going out of a port city over here. And somewhere along this stretch of water, right there, it got lost.
Well, then. Can't have that, can we?
So, yes, I will be demanding a refund if you don't give me my supplies within, next couple of next month.
Refund?
Yes.
Did you read the
Refund?
contract?
We don't do refunds. Do we do
Yeah.
refunds?
No, we never did refunds. Did you read the contract? We don't offer refunds.
I assure you, I read the contract.
Yeah. Not bloody well, likely. Likely, if you're demanding a refund.
Pierre, it's a bona fide rule of business that you don't. I can't sell what I haven't gotten. I can supply other people with that money and give you the cut of it. So, unless you give me my supplies, I demand my money back, or there will be consequences.
What kind of consequences? You're out here in the middle of nowhere.
This island is part of the the trade kingdoms. We're a new force to reckon with.
Have I ever heard of these trading kings?
Yeah, actually, you have heard of them. There are a group of island kingdoms that actually sort of control most of the sea distribution network around here. There.
Around where?
It's basically all those small islands here that band together, and then they kind of control the waters to all the way to it's a main triangle. It's my thing. I'm gonna make that a bit move different color, like this. They control the waters here, all the way to close to Draconia, which basically means that any trading being done between Exaldria and Draconia kind of has to go through them, and also any trading that you do with your own Sarhaha kingdom down here in Swatra that doesn't rely on land transportation, which is slower, is also hindered by them.
Yeah, sticking up for a tiny island out in the middle of nowhere.
There are actually more islands here. It just didn't generate them, and I can't figure out how to get the green in there. So I'm gonna make more islands as they come. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sure that you will be in touch. And send my regards my condolences to your lovely mother and your sister.
Can he actually tell whether or not they're my mother and sister?
Well, he kind of just assumes that they probably are.
Well, it could be my brother for all he knows.
Well,
And second father.
That's true. I did also say your father's during when your father introduced himself. So it kind of implies that your father means that you have another dad in your household. So he's probably just being a huge racist right now.
Yeah, and he apparently doesn't read the contracts that he signed.
To be fair, laddie, not all of my business dealings are with contracts.
What do you mean they're not all with contracts?
Lawyers are expensive.
What? What did he just say?
Lawyers are expensive. Damn bureaucrats.
Yeah, but with the contracts, we don't have something insane like someone demanding refunds.
Yeah. Sonny, I don't know how much you paid attention to when I did my dealings. I mean, it's pretty hard starting a spice empire, and you sometimes have to make contact with people that are not so... Well, when they use contracts, it's pretty surely stacked against you. So with those people, I made sure not to put anything in writing, because if I did, well, they would hold it over me and take my house or something. But, I mean, I was going to hit them with my blood axe if they came after me. Obviously. And I didn't. We had a nice relationship.
I think I know how your dad died.
Also, how did you die?
I don't know.
Oh, that's annoying.
One moment, I was enjoying my morning. The next, I was dead. And being the stubborn old bastard like I am, I decided not to just go into the afterlife. No. I wanted my revenge. And I also just say goodbye to you. I mean, we haven't really spoken much in the last 2 years.
Oh, hadn't noticed.
You see, that's the problem with you. I mean, I guess being dead kind of gives you time to contemplate things. I would have done so many things differently now. For instance, I would have gotten that prick onto a contract.
Yeah, well, we still need to figure out what's going on with these shipments. If someone is messing with our boats, we need to do something about it.
Indeed, we do. And also solve my murder.
Yeah, sure, that too.
So I can get back to dwarf heaven, where everybody is just the gender is just revealed. There's no more mystery. Everybody's respectful about it. There are no transfers. Trans rights.
Okay.
Kidding. Sorry. Yeah. So that car leaves again, and he kind of patronizingly puts a gold coin on the table, and then leaves as a means of paying for your next drink. Rudely. I was kind of hoping just meet me here, because I had one question for him. Anywho.
I'm going to wander over to Pierre. Is this gonna be a problem?
Well, apparently, he's demanding a refund. So yes, it's a problem.
Alright, let me rephrase that. Is this going to prevent us from casting off or getting back home? Anything like that?
Probably not, but we're probably gonna be having to sail through, I'm guessing, pirate-infested waters, because that's the most likely outcome of ships being lost on the way home. Or between here and home port. So there's that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shrug and move on, I guess. What time is it?
Right now it's about I would say 20:30, 9:30.
Half 10.
So something's slowly setting in the background. Yeah.
Alright, I'd probably turn in for the night.
Do you polish your sword?
Giggity.
Actually, I think I'm probably going to just replace it because it needs to be repaired. So, did I not see a blacksmith?
You didn't say you stopped by one last time.
No, but
But you-
whilst I was wandering around, did I happen to spot one?
Yeah, you did this.
Okay, then yeah, I'll probably just replace it because it needs repairs. It's like got rust and dings and such.
Do you look at it?
No, it's not really. It's not really foremost in my mind. I just like go to sleep because sleep's been kind of a what's the word? A premium. That's the word. Since I've been having to basically single-handedly steer a ship.
Mm. You're gonna be proud of yourself. So you go to sleep. What about the other guys?
Yeah, well, check around, but yeah, not much to do. Just go.
Right. So Dan, you're having a bit of trouble sleeping. You're kind of tossing and turning a bit, but also there's also this calm about it because you're finally, well,
Off of
just
a boat.
off a boat, and you kind of have to get used to not being on a boat for in the first night out. And the rat talisman, do you have it on around your neck as you sleep, or do you take it off before going to bed?
It's probably something that I just leave on if it's small enough. It is my good luck charm, so.
Kind of feel it start to, because you feel a bit of warmness coming from it as you sleep, and it's not annoying per se. It's kind of comforting, and then you kind of think back to how you got the talisman, how you found it while you were still out and about with your old captain, and you picked it up in a port somewhere, and the guy was who you bought it from was up and down swearing it. This is good luck charm, good luck charm.
I actually,
So you just
I thought we talked about the origin story of the good luck charm. It was after I was marooned on an island I'd found it.
all right, it was
Yeah. So what happened?
then-
What happened was after that whole deal with my crew that we've yet to reveal. Since I didn't partake, I was basically left on an island.
See,
To
I
try
thought
and
it was
Jack Sparrow
because
back.
you. I thought it was because you already had it on you that you were spared. We did agreed on.
Oh crap! You're right. I'm getting the
So-
the order of operations all mixed up. You are correct.
So- Also, I'm the GM, so you.
I mean that's true, but you know, character backstory is kind of
Yeah,
player
it's
based.
kind of collaborative effort. So you think back to how you got it
Yeah,
in the first
alright.
place, and you bought it from a street seller basically, and
Okay.
then you think back to all the how your life has been since you have had it on. You think about the incident,
Mm.
how the weather was stormy, the boat was not really having trouble staying afloat though. It was weird. It was the worst storm you've possibly seen, but the boat was just perfectly fine. And you know your captain was talking to the entire crew, and you know what happens.
Yep.
We suddenly hear the small noise of rain in the background as a stark storm cloud rises in over the island, and Then you see then there comes a flash of thunder and lightning that kind of jolts you upright for a moment, just as you in your dream around the island, you kind of like awaken
Yeah,
a bit
this
in,
is a recurring nightmare.
in a small cold jolt of sweat a bit. And I think at those moments you look towards the sea. You always
Yeah,
do.
I immediately glance out the window to see what the weather is. Look at the sea, look at the horizon,
Mm.
check to see if there are any foreboding or familiar ships.
You don't see anything out there, other than the sea being risen up to a storm, and
Oh, so there is a storm.
there is a storm here.
How
Out there.
stormy is storm? Like
Uh,
normal storm?
No, we'll make a nature check.
Uh,
No, that's a good roll.
You're not really sure. You've been through many storms before, and also thinking back to that night and that storm, how that was much worse than what you've ever experienced before. You just count yourself lucky that it's very far out a bit still, so you don't think the effects of it are going to come and harm you, but it's the forebodingness of the situation kind of
if it's
settles inside you.
yeah, if it's coming towards us, it's probably going to be like a day. We'll probably start seeing the effects in tomorrow evening, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that distance. Okay. I'm gonna glance at my good luck charm.
You look at it, and it seems to have calmed down a bit, and you didn't really notice it really when you kind of hold it in your hand and you look down your chest where it was. You can notice there's a bit of burn mark on your chest now. It got so comfortably and also hard that it singed you a bit there.
I'll kind of rub at it, see if it's if it's actually a burn or if it's just a mark of like dirt or ink or something. And if it stays, then I'll kind of wrap that area in an old shirt, or like put an old shirt between the amulet and my skin, and then try and go back to sleep. Which is not going to come for at least an hour. That's kind of just how it is with the recurring nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. It comes off. Yeah. And you kind of catch yourself blinking for a moment, and you realize it's just dirt, so you wipe it away.
Okay. I mean, my skin's like grayish green, so a burn mark is going to be slightly darker gray, which could just be dirt.
Right, you're half orc. Keep forgetting that.
Yeah, yes, I'm a half orc.
I also forgot that you were a half orc.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so we have a dwarf, a half orc, a Yantsy,
And a half elf.
Yancey, and
an elf, I think.
yeah. What's Justin? Either half elf or elf, human. One of those three. I'm betting half elf.
I forget that I have savage attacks. And with the new thing that came with this. No, not even this previous level. I've had it for a while, but I've recently reread it. That's actually a pretty good combo.
So, what do you other guys bet on Justin's race?
I'm still gonna go with human.
I'm betting half elf.
And Dan?
Justin, what class was he? A bard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was, wasn't he a halfling?
Henry, you're correct. He is half elf.
Yay! I knew he wouldn't play halfling because I just didn't see him doing halfling bard. Do it with something taller.
Pierre,
Well,
Yep.
you drink more.
Yes.
And you drink more.
Yes.
And you drink more. And you drink a bit more. And then the bartender says, "Okay, do you have the money to pay up?
Yeah.
Because you pretty much just drank for 20 gold."
20? You sure?
Yeah. And he looks at the table full of glasses in front of you.
How much are you charging for these?
5 silver piece.
You're charging 5 silver for a piece?
Yes.
That's insane.
Well, why don't you move here permanently and open your own bar, and you can charge whatever you want.
You roll an insight check.
but how drunk are you?
Yeah. He makes sense. You look at him and he's big, he's strong.
Five silver a piece. I was thinking something more like a copper, a few coppers a piece.
Yeah, well, it's a small island. It's expensive to get beer imported there.
Especially when people keep losing their shipments.
I glare at him and toss him a bag of 20s gold.
Pleasure doing business with you. Do you need a room to stay in, or?
Oh, I'm gonna go back to the ship. I'm not staying in this inn with exorbitant prices.
And you hear Father's voice in your head say, "That's right! Bunch of rip-offs!"
He's one to speak.
I'm a freeloader, it's a difference. Yeah, so you go back to the ship. You're a bit drunk. You're gonna wobble a bit. Roll an acrobatics check. With a disadvantage. You fall into the water, like at least 2 times.
At least I have prestidigitation to fix that.
And it's kind of funny because like your father gonna like tries to guide you through it. Like he tries to have an honest father-son bonding moment of like, okay, now we're gonna watch your step as you go up the plank. Okay, 1, 2, watch it. The balance, the balance, laddie, the balance.
You know what? Screw it.
A loud, thunderous boom. Hey, Dan.
Oh, but like
That
now I
wasn't-
know what woke me up. Bastard.
Storytelling works.
I thunderstep onto the ship.
And so you are at the plank. What kind of radius does it do damage in?
It's just 10-foot space around me.
Alright, and so a bit more of the ship breaks a bit.
It's
yeah,
5 damage.
Yeah, it doesn't actually go through the damage shield of the ship, so it's fine. The gangplank kind of gets broken, I think. That's
Well,
more
it
fun.
would be when he left, right? So wouldn't he just damage the
Oh,
top?
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
only
you would
damaged.
just damage the gangplank.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't hurt the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what
You may not
terrified.
appreciate the dock being broken, but
And after a while, Sprinkles first of all jumps up from his puddle he was keeping itself in. Like, and kind of,
Good dog. And I start making my way downstairs.
you make another acrobatics check.
Should I just let her stuff downstairs too?
I mean, you can. You slip and fall. And let's see if Springer kind of looks you from up the stairs, looks down, you like crooks his head as you kind of later sprawled on your face. One hand on the railing still, and the other foot kind of like stuck in a step.
Are you a
Yep,
cleric?
What?
Are you a cleric?
No, I'm a wizard.
Oh.
You don't take any damage because you're an observation wizard, and it would.
Yeah, no. It has
I
to
mean,
get through.
you feel embarrassed, and your father is kind of like, "Been there, laddie, been there."
I would have to take 18 damage to actually start hurting me. Yeah, I brush myself off and I make my way into the sleeping area.
Yeah.
So do I notice that Preston's awake?
I'm asleep in the inn.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
get.
I'm not there. I'm in the inn.
Well, I guess it's still loud thundering in the background. That will. Poor Preston. Storm is coming. No, it's just Pierre trying to get back onto the ship.
No, there's actually a storm.
Also, there's a storm coming. C, what do you do?
I'll just go ahead and ask how much a room is at the inn.
1 gold. You mean you beat Blarney?
I have already reserved everyone rooms.
Oh, perfect. I'll just take my room and.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nobody asked. So there are just 4 reserved rooms.
Well, I'd imagine that, like, if I asked him how much a room is, he would have told me that my friend there reserved a room.
Probably.
I mean, you didn't act as friends. You kind of sat separately.
We drank together.
Okay, well,
I moved over to that table once I was finished with the drinking contest.
Yeah, and I was drinking responsibly, so I would have been sober enough to hold a conversation and whatnot.
I was also drinking responsibly.
Yes, but
At first.
I'm not a dwarf.
but
It shouldn't matter.
What a dwarf considers drinking responsibly would knock out the average person.
No, what
Oh,
a
wait.
dwarf would consider drinking responsibly would knock out a dwarf.
Would kill a human.
Probably.
Yeah, so you make your way up to your room, and you also hear the thunder coming in. Pierre?
Yep.
No, not now. Alright. You wake up next morning. It's fine. Everything is fine. Don't check anything.
Yep, I brush myself off and I make my way upstairs.
You do. And you notice you're not on the island anymore. Well, you aren't on the harbor anymore. Your ship has been moved to the dry dock so it can be repaired.
Huh. Okay. Nobody woke me up for this, so I hop down and walk out.
I'm assuming you took the gangplank down.
Yeah.
Or whatever there is to get up and down.
Thunder step down.
Thunderstep.
Springers kind of looks at you like,
Meanwhile, I am just like knocking on everyone's doors to make sure they're awake. I'm just standing in front of Pierre's door, like,
You know, I could have done Misty Step, but no, I did Thunder Step.
I mean, you don't always make the best decisions when you're drunk.
I even had Misty Step prepared.
was Thunderstep not prepared?
No, Thunder Step was also prepared.
Which one has a lower level?
Misty Step.
I feel like you would have done that one because you would have been more used to it, but whatever.
He was getting like
he chose
angry at falling off.
Oh, that's also true.
I
Screw this gangplank, it's been throwing me off, I'm gonna teach it a lesson.
Yeah, so Preston, you stand in front of Pierre's door for what feels like an hour.
Nah, I
And-
probably only spend like 5 minutes and then I'll be like, yeah, he'll get up when he gets up.
And you get down to eat breakfast in the inn. It's
you see Pierre walk through the door.
Like, check the stairs, or I look at the stairs, I look at you, and like, did you fall out a window or something?
What do you mean I fell out a window?
Oh no, I was asking you how you got out of your room.
What do you...
without
What
me
room?
noticing. I reserve rooms for everyone.
I was sleeping on the boat.
Why?
I didn't want to pay more money to this inn.
But I already paid.
Did you tell us?
No, if you had walked up to him, he would have told you.
Well then.
and you see the bartender kind of having a shit grin on his face. Alright, breakfast is served. It's very meaty. Actually, yeah, it's a good mixture of meat and vegetables. It's hearty, kind of like an English breakfast, almost.
Hey, Innkeep, do you serve rat special here?
Rat special?
Yes.
Now, me as a GM have never heard about that before. What is it?
It's a pie made of rat. You need to make sure the noses poke through the pie, though. Otherwise, it's not rat special.
Not usually, but do you want it?
How much for it?
For you? 8 silver?
It's rat special. You could do an insight check again.
Seems like a fair price to you.
Guess it's hard to get good rats on this island.
Actually, I don't remember. Did I write down that you have inside checks, advantage and inside checks in regarding to business transactions if because of your father?
I honestly can't remember. It's been a while.
Well, write it down. You have advantage. 15. You're pretty sure he hasn't made it before, and therefore just kind of gave you a price thought was reasonable.
Do you even know what rat special is?
I mean, it's a bunch of rats tied together with a string and then fried. Right?
No, that's rat on a stick.
Is it? You take the rats, you skin them, you slightly roast them in the oven, you take them out, you chop them up into bits, and you make a nice sauce with it.
No, that's rat a la poor.
Is it? You take the rats and you freeze them with magic. Then you smash them on a counter, and then you eat it raw as it is with a bit of salt and pepper.
No, that's not rat special either. That's
Rat tartar.
yeah, rat tartar. Actually, Rattata
Just
sounds
bring
pretty
him
good.
a raw dead rat. That'll probably shut him up for a little bit.
No, I want the Rattata.
Okay. Do you know any ice magic?
Do I? I don't, actually. Ice Storm.
It's a little bit too powerful for my taste.
Using goddamn 4th level spell to freeze a rat.
Alright,
Do you know
look,
any
look.
white dragons?
I have a basement. And I'm pretty sure I have some rats down there. You can go in there, you can freeze the rats, and you can come back out. Or you can let me know that they're frozen. I will go down there, I'll make Rattata and give you a plate. At a discount of 4 copper. I will give it for 4 copper then.
Did I see a dwarf restaurant here at all?
You haven't yet, no. I don't. That's a very specialized thing so far. What I do like about dwarf cuisine is that it's very much into fermentation as a style of getting those really good tangy flavors.
Yeah, you stick rocks in a barrel with rock juice and some sugar and just let it,
Well, there's always dwarf bread.
Yeah.
Your go-to dwarven baking. It can. Best thing about dwarf bread, it can also be used as a weapon.
Yeah. No, but the dwarves that they like as the founders and discoverers of beer, the fermentation process is very like a part of the culture, and so anything that a good dwarf cuisine is, it's like the beer. It's hard to eat, but if you do it, it tastes good.
Most liquid things are hard to.
It's hard to
never mind.
drink.
There's
Sorry.
soup.
Like the dwarven beer is hard to drink, the dwarven food is hard to eat.
I'll just have what's free right now, or what went with the room that I didn't sleep in.
Oh, right. All right. Here you go. And he puts it down in front of you. It's good. It's okay. It's not like you would say it could use a bit of tang and some spices maybe. Like just some nice fermented chili. Ooh. Or onions.
Are we
a
having
bit
the
of-
equivalent of bangers and a mash or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't actually know what bangers and mash is. I think it's what, sausage and potatoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
So you have a bit of have a breakfast when another person enters the bar establishment, and he's dressed in more fine clothes, and the innkeeper is like, "Oh, sir, I wasn't expecting a visit. Allow me to clean up the establishment," he says in a bit more finer voice than the bartender you're used to hearing from the bartender. Because I just couldn't remember his accent. And you see that the man in fine clothes comes over to your table and he introduces himself as being the mayor of this town. Elected mayor. And his name is Lawrence.
Oh,
Major Lawrence.
he's probably here to congratulate me on my victory.
No, unfortunately, I'm not. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have been having some bit of some trouble on this island lately. Or all of our female citizens have been kidnapped.
Except for that jeweler.
Well, she came afterwards.
She's
she
not
can't-
actually a woman.
She was kind of lucky.
they let her go. She was too ugly.
No, she got lucky.
I bet, on an island full of men? no women around?
I'm just gonna leave that one hanging there. I see you look a bit like the seasoned adventurers, possibly?
Some of us have more seasoning than others.
Yeah, this really could use some seasoning.
We've got a beer-battered dwarf here.
I really like the fact that Pierre is just so occupied by his food that he doesn't notice the conversation actually isn't about food. If you are the adventurers looking to do some good, we are in need of some who could do some bit of mercenary work for us.
What? Do we look like adventurers?
You're kind of close. Not really out to do good, but not to make some money.
Well, and sometimes in order to do some bad, you have to do some good.
I don't even care about doing bad.
Oh, well, money we can do. We do have money.
Good. Then you have my attention.
About a week ago, well, I don't know where he came from. I don't know where he went. I just know I would have been married a long time ago if it wasn't for him. I was supposed to marry my wife. And the ship came into harbor and it mist blowing everywhere. He must have sang something or done something because every one of our females just went on board the ship and then left. Like under some kind of spell or something. We tried to stop them and they didn't want to stop, and now they're gone and we are the poorer for it.
Yep, sounds like a bard.
Sounds like you might want to watch the auction blocks over the next coming weeks.
Oh, that's a good question. How long ago did this happen?
A week ago.
A week ago.
Oh, I wasn't paying any attention to anything you said before you offered money. Now I'm interested.
I'll give you 1,000 gold now, and another 1,000 gold if you bring all the women back.
How many women were taken?
Well, 30?
30. That's a pretty low price per woman. Is that all that you value them for?
I'm going to pull Z aside for a minute.
I imagine you kind of like you stomp on his foot, and then as he leans down, you can lean in towards him.
Sure, I guess.
We've got this whole town by the libido.
I'll say, just so you know, when women are kidnapped around these parts, usually they're sold as sex slaves. The most expensive ones can go for like 220 gold if they're virgins and sexually appealing. But for the most part, you're talking about 100 each. So 30 women.
100 gold each.
Yeah. So him offering 1,000.
It's only like 33 gold each.
But that's only if we're actually buying them back off of the block.
Yeah, but then he also stipulated all of them. So if we only bring back like half of them, he can, or all but one, then he can just claim that wasn't the agreement.
How did the bard manage this? Anyways, that's a lot of...
They charge an arm and a leg for their beer, and they're the only source of beer.
No, the bard.
Or
whoever cast the spell.
Mr. Joe.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that, but it was kind of obvious.
Must have either this is a very powerful caster, or they must have a scroll or item to do this type thing.
Well, I would have been more. I would have noticed more if it weren't for the fact it was very distracting that my wife left me at the altar. My wife to be. So I'm gonna give you 1,000 now, and another 2,000 if you return them.
Give us an exact head count and a list of names first.
We'll return all of them that we can.
I would prefer as soon as possible.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna have to give us a ship. Ours
That's
is
true.
currently
Ours
being
is-
repaired. Unless you
Yeah.
can wait a week.
I can give you a ship then.
Ships don't lie.
But these ships don't. And
If it's
he
a
also
large enough ship, you're gonna have to also crew it, because we're only 4 people.
Technically, it's only one person crewing the ship.
well, you only need space for 30 people, which is a medium vessel. Which you should probably talk to the dockmaster about that. He knows more about those particular things about it.
Ooh, the Dark Master.
Well,
Also, you could try to ask around town and see if anybody noticed where they went to which directions. I'm just still very distraught over it.
yeah, okay. Well then.
Do we have an accord, gentlemen?
Sure. I mean,
Once you
if
give
it's
us
fine
a
with you guys.
list of names, exact head count, then we'll actually talk about this in earnest, I believe. Because I would hate to leave one of your precious women behind, especially your fiancée, I suppose.
And he says, "Okay, I will write that up for you." And he leaves.
Alright, well, while he's doing that, I've got to get myself to a blacksmith.
Oh, that sword thing?
Yeah. Get a better one
And-
if possible, but no guarantees.
Yeah, did they have any good smiths here? I didn't really...
I
don't really
heard-
have enough money to do much anyway.
I heard something along the lines of someone hammering metal, so I presume that was a blacksmith. And then, yeah, I'm not entirely certain.
Well, I'm mostly interested in, like, some sort of magical thing.
That it would be nice to have an enchanted weapon. I'm
don't
going
know
to
how
actually,
possible it
now that
is.
I think about it, and actually look at my inventory. I'm going to. Is there something along the lines of a someone who collects curios or someone who collects antiques?
You can definitely find one. This is a town of, well, anything that could be sold is sold here.
Okay.
Most anything. You can probably find it.
Alright. So I'll go to them and I will pull out one of the coins of unknown currency that I have. And I'll actually pull up my character sheet so that people at home can see what I'm talking about over here.
You walk into Innopolis Antiques, and it's a bit dusty in there. But there are like antiques from all around, all the places. You see some from your own home country, and you're definitely sure if you spent some time in here and looked at things, you would definitely be able to tell a huge amount of history about the world. And there's no one behind the counter. But there's a bell.
I was about to say, I'll knock on the counter if there isn't a bell, but you said there's a bell, so I'll ring the bell once, politely.
Okay. You wait about 1.5 minutes when a low mist forms behind the counter and then shoots up and turns into an half-elf man with brown, medium-length hair, who it's very much pale in his face.
And I
And
thought I'd see you here.
what do you mean?
I don't know, I felt that some controlling force wanted me to say that.
Oh, I kind of get that sometimes myself. Hello, my name is Ilato Inopli. What can I do for you?
Somehow I knew that. I'm not entirely certain how. For those of you who... Well,
Oh yeah,
for
I forgot
literally
about that.
everyone at home, Ilarto Inopli is one of his characters from a previous campaign, one that I had run. And due to a turn of events, he had been turned into a vampire. So, not at all surprised. Just saying. I have a few curiosities that I'd like to show to you today. Hopefully you'd be interested enough to buy them. And I pull out one of each coin of the unknown currency, as well as the jewel-adorned, ornate... What is this? Dagger, right? Yes, dagger. And I'll set them on the counter.
Those are some curious items. He's gonna, may I? He asked.
Feel free. If the price
And
is
again-
right, you can do whatever you want with them.
Can't get it.
But until
There
we
are
know
no
what
limit
that
on that.
price is, I will allow you to investigate.
He picks up one of the gold coins and says, well, anything? And he kind of winks at you. I'm kidding. He says, this is some curious items. You're Exaldrian. What? What do you know about these coins?
Well, I figure honesty is the best policy here. I was hired to help man a ship, that airship that ended up crash landing into a mysterious island upon which there was some unsavory characters, including a lich, and whilst ransacking a zombie-infested town, I found a safe full of these coins, and I managed to pocket a few.
Wow, that sounds quite harrowing. Good on you. These coins, if I recall correctly, it's been a few years. They're actually a queen, which are currently used on some subcultures of the water plane, water elemental plane. See, the societal structure over there, where the Mabit are on top, they don't allow their slaves to own any actual currency. So they fabricated one for them so they could trade intermediately within themselves. And therefore, basically make advanced forms of slavery out of it. Because they will be paying themselves to do your work for you.
Slaves
Uh,
for your slaves. I get it.
Slaveception.
So, essentially, these coins are mostly worthless. Um, on this plane, at least. You could possibly find someone who would willing to purchase them at a reasonable price. Um, but your best bet of investment for those coins are to go to the water elemental plane and find a trader there.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I
I
know
don't have the means.
it's pretty difficult to get there. I mean, I could do that. Though I'm also very not a fan of water.
I can imagine.
I would really not want to go there.
I'm not asking you to.
That's good. Fine. Thank you. But I might know someone who will be able to take them off your hands, off my hands also. I can't guarantee it, so I won't give you a good price at least. About this dagger here. This is a very fine dagger, or it seems to be on family heirloom. There's nothing inherently magical about it. Just looks pretty. How about 100 gold?
Sounds fair.
I can't even remember the price I gave you for it at the time.
Delete that. Add 100 gold. And then for these coins, assuming that you need to turn a profit and whatnot.
I mean, if you don't want them, we should probably keep one of each to remind you of what you experienced through. It's good to have tokens.
I unless there's some actual reason to hold on to them, I'd rather forget.
Was it a hard time?
Yeah. I've had a pretty tough couple of years in the past, you know, here and there, but this definitely takes the cake. Probably. I don't know, I haven't actually sat it next to my other major trauma, so to speak.
Mm. Are you a pious man?
No, not particularly.
Yeah, it looks like your amulet. Is your amulet visible?
Yeah, I wear it over my clothes.
Kind of let it for a moment. No, yeah.
This I found in a street stall. The guy said it was a good luck charm, so I bought it. And, it definitely affected my luck. Probably for the better, if I were to guess. But
If you want my opinion upon it, the divine finds ways to enact through us or to us. It doesn't bear thinking about too much in the final details of it. Just be thankful for the days you have, and know when to do what you must do.
so these coins.
Right, the coins. How many do you have of them?
Well, I'd rather get a price before I reveal quantity.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that I'll buy at 1 copper for 1 gold. I mean, I will give you one copper for one of your gold value.
Okay, yeah. That I was like,
Not the other way around.
hang
That
on.
would be a bit too much.
I need to. I was like, I need to figure out which one's which. Okay, so all right, and I like pick up the veritable sack of coins, and I set them down. I'm like, I'm not very good at counting. I lost count somewhere around 9,000. There were still more. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere.
Mm.
So that would be 90 gold.
Sounds fair. And he kind of pats himself down. Oh, sorry, I forgot we pop wild in the other room. Hang on. And he turns into mist again and goes on the door sill and picks up something. You hear him on the end, puts it on his person and mists again and comes out. Here it is. 90 gold.
Now, because I would be remiss to just, take your money and not give some back, would you happen to have a great sword of the enchanted variety?
Let me check. And he kind of pulls out a large book from under the counter and flips it up. Oh, that's not enchanted. It's just a very old sword. Yeah. What was Ulrik's weapon again? Battle axe, right?
Great sword, preferably.
What was Urkash's weapon? Yeah.
Oh, Orgash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant sword.
It was a giant great sword.
Giant greatsword.
That's what it was.
That's too large for you.
I was about to say, if you're gonna give me that, like, that was OP in Pathfinder.
Yeah, what did it do? Like 4d6 damage
It
or
was-
something?
So, ignoring the actual weapon damage, it was a +3 weapon base. That one side dealt cold damage, and the other side dealt fire damage. But it was the flat, so when you cut through something, both sides would contact either side of the wound, dealing both types of damage. But you could freeze water by sitting on one side, or cook things by sitting it on the other, for example. And it was massive.
Alright. Can you actually show me your sword for a moment?
I take out my greatsword and sit it on the counter. To be fair,
May
I
I?
have not looked at it for a couple weeks. I've been too busy trying to survive and also make sure 3 other people don't die under my watch.
I can see the burden of responsibility on your shoulders. And he takes a look at it, puts it out of the sheet. It doesn't look too broken to me. And you look at it, it's not broken anymore.
Okay. Well, it's just a standard greatsword.
It looks nice and polished. There's a good heft to it.
Literally haven't touched it in several weeks.
I mean, have you not used the polish just once?
No.
Oh, shit. Damn it. No, it looks broken and busted! Yeah, you need a new greatsword.
Okay, hang on. What part of that was in character?
Well, if you haven't polished it, then the thing about it being fixed didn't happen. And
Okay,
that's what it's
that's what I
broken and
figured.
busted.
That's why I was like, I haven't touched it in several weeks.
That looks broken and busted. You need a new greatsword.
Yes, I was hoping to get a replacement at a blacksmith, but if you have something of the magical variety, then that would cut my stops down by 1.
That is true, yes. Let me check. Okay, so if there's a bit more of the page, you want the... You can choose two names here. Zarek the Slicer or Babuk the Flattener.
Those are some interesting names.
I also have some more, but they're not... I mean... Alright, so the Slicer, it deals... it's a +1 weapon, deals 1d6 extra on a critical hit. But Book the Flattener, it has the chance to cast with the spell reduction on a creature you hit. I mean, it has some other things that just do standard fire damage.
The Slicer, how much is that?
Oh, it's enchanted, so it's a bit expensive. And also, it's a very... So, like the maker of the sword, and also the user of the sword, was a very famous adventurer in the 1st century, so... just after the damning happened in the world, and magic was kind of halfway sealed away, so it wasn't as powerful as before. So... I'm gonna have to, I can only let it go for 10,000 gold.
Yeah, I don't have that much.
I see, I figured. What else do we have problem with me? Maybe we can, up the price a bit. Or we can exchange a bit.
What else do I have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I have these gems.
Okay, interesting.
That's 1,000 gold pieces worth of gems. Give or take market value.
About 850.
I can't spell Kappa. Understandable. I have this Stone of Far Speech.
Very useful.
And a chain shirt.
That's also good to have.
Well, I also have a breastplate that I'm wearing, so don't really need the chain shirt. But besides that, I got nothing.
I was pretty sure you picked up some polish in the shop also. Sword polish.
Well, yeah, but it's not something that he would think is valuable. To be fair.
Yeah, it's fine. Kinda.
Especially not 9,000 golds worth.
He eyes you curiously up and down, and well, that's not gonna be enough, though. I'm sorry. I mean, I like you. I think you have some good spirit.
Detect magic is a thing if this metal polish is magical.
Yes.
And I wouldn't know that.
Yes. And also, it's kind of rude to cast detect magic on a person.
I mean, this is a Larto we're talking about.
Okay. You cast detect magic.
Like, let's be honest with ourselves here.
Huh. That's curious. What do you have in your right hand pocket?
I reach into my right hand pocket, like my pants pocket. I pull out like a small pouch of gold that I keep there for throwing at people when necessary.
Oh, sorry, it was in your backpack then. My bad.
Oh,
This
then
is a bit weird.
I look around for whatever he's talking about. I pull out the metal polish. I'm like, I've got some polish.
Have you used this?
No, I haven't had the time.
Hang on. And he casts Identify on it. Huh. And it kind of like, he does a quick snap in the air, and like, as if you pressed print on a receive box, he kind of pulls out a small parchment of, well, what the item does. And it's called the good name. The Lotion of Devotion.
Very good. Very good.
And
Lotion
he
of
explained
devotion or lotion of the ocean?
both. Actually, I like Lotion of the Ocean better now, so I'm gonna keep that.
Didn't mean to
Basically-
change your magic item. I was genuinely confused.
I like it. Lotion of the Ocean sounds better. It also fits you better. It's something you would look at and pick up and say, yes, it's for me. He explains that if you apply this, you can apply this once, or actually it's over some time you apply it. You can apply it to one item. And it basically adds a +1 to the weapon. A base +1, and well, we'll see if there's some other developments to it as well afterwards. But it will also repair the item.
Okay. But is it worth 9,000 gold?
No.
I somehow didn't think so.
You want the slicer, really, right?
That was what I was aiming for when it came to selling other things, yes. There's just like there's just like an assortment of junk on his counter at this point, like the Stone of Far Speech, a chain shirt, gems. Like I have my belaying pin there just in case. I guess I throw my tinderbox on there at some point.
I don't need a tinderbox. Okay. What's your name?
Preston.
Right. Preston, I don't need you. You can. And he kind of like.
Yeah, no,
pushes
I'm
all the
like
things
I'm like putting things back in my backpack now that I know that like I'm not gonna be hitting 10,000 gold. But I leave the gems, and I guess the metal polish. And I say, so if this metal polish will enhance a weapon, or any metal object, or just a weapon.
Any metal object.
Honestly, time is a bit of a premium for me. So, do you have a standard, basic, enchanted greatsword?
I do.
How much would that be?
How much is that? God damn it, where's a companion for that? What's the standard? What's the cost of a standard enchantment? Does anybody know?
I don't know if there's a set cost in 5th.
Yeah, no, in
I know it's 2,000 in
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, and a +1 is an uncommon in 5th.
2,000 seems fairish. Yeah. Let's say 1,500. 1,500.
Alright, and how much would you pay for this lotion of the ocean?
I mean, I liked it better when its name was Lotion of Devotion, but I can kind of see you. Sorry. Well, be worth about. Well, it's an enchantment or anything you want. So I would say 2,000 at least.
All right. New question. Does it work on enchanted items?
That's a good question. You should probably try and find out.
I have 10 platinum. I have. I think I've got enough. I think I have exactly enough. I will buy that basic enchanted greatsword. I will sell you these gems for
Right.
$850. So that's
Yes.
$850. That would be, yeah. If I were to transfer platinum for 10, that'd be 1. I'm 3 gold off. God damn it! It's because I paid for everyone's rooms.
I mean, with 3 gold off, and you're saying you oh, okay, I'll give you some time to come back and give it the rest of the gold. 3 gold, I'm not going to chop off your head for not having that. That seems fair.
All right. So I get to keep the metal polish, the lotion of the ocean,
Hmm.
which I will now change its name properly. I sell the 1,000 gold's worth of gems. Well, I've already done that. So yeah, I will go to someone and request 3 gold from them. I'll be like,
I mean,
"Listen, I need exactly 3 gold."
he gave you the sword to go with. He expects you to come back.
Oh yeah, I'm honest.
And he says as you go out the door, and says, "Why else I'll
Honestly-
come for you."
Honestly, I am not wise enough or charismatic enough to be dishonest. Alright, so now I have...
Or else I'll haunt you down to the ends of the earth.
For 3 gold.
for 3 gold.
Honestly, I would give someone a 3 gold discount if they're buying like 1,000 gold item.
Yeah, he's just mostly doing it to screw with him.
Is there a way to... No? Well, okay, so what does a +1 weapon do?
+1 to hit, +1 damage.
And it can also bypass resistance to if a demon, if something has it has resistance to non-magical damage, you bypass that. Resist magical damage now.
Okay. I need to make a quick test roll in chat to see how this needs to be formatted.
What do you other guys do?
Basically, I'm trying to find information about this ship that stole all the women.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you-
if someone was casting such a powerful enchantment spell, I'm surprised they didn't take everyone.
Yeah, I'll go with
It
them.
might only work
track
on
that
members of the
information.
opposite sex.
Roll and well, I would say diplomacy, but roll a charisma check. You guys,
Okay.
just to
Christmas
see
check
how
or Christmas save?
charisma check.
Okay.
You're both like so. Yeah, people just they want to talk to you guys. It's like you go up and ask them, what do you guys? What do you ask them specifically?
What they can remember, where did they see the ship going? Like, what markings did they see on the ship? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it was a week ago. It was late. Yeah, it was late afternoon. and it just came rolling in with the mist, and I remember the ship's front stern, or whatever they called, the one that has a face or something. There was the figurine of this long bearded man, and the sails. It was a three-sailed ship, and it was almost as large as what good ship size name? I forgot. And the person, he was like just standing on there, and then he did this thing, sang or played something, and they just went up and left and sailed towards the setting sun. Well, should in the west.
So westernly from here.
Westernly, southern. Sorry.
Do you know anyone who might know any more information about this whole thing?
I don't know. Maybe. What did I call her again? But there was Trader Joe. Oh, what was the name of the shopkeeper of the Gemold thing? Oh, Jennifer's. Maybe Jennifer or something? The only actual woman here. Hello?
Hello?
What?
And how long ago was this whole thing?
7 days?
Well then,
Which has been mentioned like 3 times now.
Well, it's good to get double reports. Make sure it's actually 7 days.
C and Pierre, the ultimate detective team.
How long ago did we run into the storm on the ocean?
The one
The one that
last
we had to
session.
then we had to skill challenge there.
Oh yeah, that one.
Was
With
3
the,
days ago.
Okay.
with the definitely not storm giants. Because I think all of us failed that.
Mm. Things are happening above and below as they come and go. So, anyways, the mayor returns to an empty bar and kind of waits for people to come up, you guys to come back again.
I just realized. Oh, I'm probably overestimating Giant's size.
well, I'm going to talk to this shopkeep first.
I think the biggest of giants is 30 feet tall.
Be able to run clouds. Anyway, let's take a quick break, I think.
Okay.
And reduce one at least. You cool? Any other guys okay with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I don't have any fancy "we'll be right back" screen, so I'm just going to put it on the map. We'll be right back. And
Or
have
chair
them look at
cam.
that.
Or chair cam.
I don't have anything like that.
That's just basically for streamers. It's the
Oh,
you just leave the screen.
I am well aware.
Yeah. Be back in 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay. Day.
Ta-da. Okay. Yep. Oh, I can't actually mute my microphone in this. Shit. I figured out how to mute my microphone. Yay.
Okay. Sure.
I just needed a quick smoke break and get a quick can of cola.
Okay.
What about the other guys?
I'm just waiting for everyone to get back.
Oh. I've also made a magic item for you, Pierre.
Oh?
Well, it's going to be a bit more difficult to get. Because it's also very powerful.
Okay.
Was the cut night joke so obvious? Oh,
Yeah.
where did he come from? Where did he go?
It was pretty obvious.
Odd. Oh, defeating him is going to be a difficult thing, though. So I don't think Justin is going to make a decision.
Probably not.
His magic item is so funny, though. I'm gonna tell you about it. The cloak he stole is actually technically cursed. So once he puts it on, he can't take it off again. And each morning he can say a magic phrase and then pass a charisma check. And if he passes it, it gives him +1 to his armor class. Also advantage on any persuasion persuasion checks. But also disadvantage on stealth checks, relying on having poor clothing. Because it basically transforms what he's wearing into the finest of fashions.
Okay.
So he will be able to pretend to be a noble very well, but he won't be able to pretend to be a poor man or anything like that. And do you want to know the magic phrase?
What?
Papa boy, I look goody.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
That's just...
What?
I don't know what to say to that one.
Okay, there we go.
I just told Henry about Justin's magical item I made for him.
Nice.
It has a phrase it needs to be activated in set age date to be activated. Papa boy, I look goody. And if he doesn't say it in a session after I've declared it to be a morning, he doesn't get the bonuses. In fact, it also has a negative side. If he doesn't pass the charisma check, it will turn into street rags, and he would have disadvantage on persuasion checks, relying on appearances. On the other hand, you do have advantage on stealth checks, so that's the one bonus it gives you. But it doesn't give you an armor class bonus. Am I just talking to myself right now?
No, we can hear you.
You just
There's just not really much for me to say right now.
Also, the recording is
not?
still going, so whoever you were talking to was probably the viewers.
It's not really much to say about this item.
I forgot that I didn't unmute myself on Discord.
It seems fine.
But only you and I know that.
Cursed items are always kind of fun.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm back. Let's ignore the fact that I'd unmuted myself on the stream and not on Discord.
What did you say to the stream?
I actually was talking to you. You were like, am I just talking to myself? I was like, no, since the recording's still going, chances are you're talking to whomever is viewing this.
Ah, is somebody viewing this?
Well, in the future. Hello from the past, by the way.
Oh.
Unless
Quickly.
somehow this got sent via time machine to a date pre-October 25th or 26th, 2019, at which point, hello from the future. Things might get better depending on your current era.
A time machine like a clock?
Buy Apple products.
Yeah, it really depends on the era that you're viewing this in. Otherwise, it might things just get weird in a few
Could be.
years.
You know what? Something I've been trying to think about. What is probably going to be a future occupation: internet archaeology.
I could just imagine someone being paid to go through 4chan.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to pay people enough.
No, actually, people would call that like comedy gold or some shit. But like,
I mean, unless you go to B or Pole.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
Or R.
But yeah, internet archaeology does
Apparently O is a thing.
like looking through old servers and stuff.
There is already someone who does that. I don't remember what the site is, so I can't actually plug it. But it was I saw a TED Talk. It was basically titled "How I Was Sued for $2 billion" or something like that. And he basically accepts all sorts of archives and text documents and more recently video and music or sound documents, and just keeps them on a single web page with a few like subdomains. And what happened was basically there was this book that had been handed out for free with like a magazine copy or whatever, and he had digitized. It was on a floppy disk, so he saved it to his website, and the owner of the book turned and said, okay, well, that's great, but because it's you're giving it away for free, I'm just going to charge you for each of the downloads of the book, and also every book that I believe that I would have sold if you hadn't, put it up for free. So yeah, you owe me $2 billion.
What book was this?
I don't remember, but it was apparently a not very well written book of some description, like a self-help book or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's not worth $2 billion.
Right. So the thing is, the guy had previously tried to do a bunch of like lawsuits of similar caliber and failed at each of them. And basically what this was it was a company that he owned, he had hired apparently with a generic sounding name like World Wide Web Enterprises or something like that. The super generic. And he hired them to sue people for this kind of stuff, but only in regards to his works. And he would just be like, oh yeah, no, I've got nothing to do with this. I just, own the company. Not that he would actually admit that. So, part of the TED Talk was how this guy was kind of somewhat psychotic in the case that like no one in their right minds would actually take this guy seriously, but he intended to be taken seriously. So, yeah, the main part of the story was not the book or the crazy guy, but the guy who actually, yeah, runs the website that archives all this stuff. So you can send him like text and such like that, and he'll just put it on the website. I think copyrighted things he doesn't do because that's technically like pirating.
Interesting.
But yeah, so
But
let me delete this because we're back.
oh, well, right. So yeah, we're back. Damn it, no, I just can't let go of the thought of like that no other era is going to be more easier and also difficult to be able to capture the zeitgeist of each moment of each year going by. Because normally when you look back at history, you will go through diaries and old text, newspapers and stuff like that, and artists and stuff like that. But now it's kind of exploded in terms of information that's available to determine how people felt at a given time. But anyway,
I don't know if it's an actual term, but media saturation or history saturation, document saturation is probably actually what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we're just having so much history right now that's being recorded.
I mean, we, America elected an orange to office. The UK exited the EU.
Well, they've delayed again.
How many countries have been nuked recently? Or when I say recently, I mean in the past 100 years. Because when it comes to history, recently is round about a century.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's plenty of history going on right now, and it's all being recorded.
And everybody's going to have their so much data, but it's also going to be like fascinating if we ever get to a point where somebody's going to have to hold a lecture about like the 2016 possibly, and it's going to he's going to say that, well, the one person who particularly managed to
2016 is the year that everything stopped making sense.
And the one person who really captured this spirit of the popular fascination at the time and put it into words and writing was, of course, Big Fart 69 on Twitter when he wrote, "Fuck 2016. It's a stupid shit. Anybody will mail watch was."
Like John Oliver did like a whole thing of "fuck 2016," like a whole thing on it. Like so many famous people died that year.
Was it 2016?
Brexit,
I thought it was 2000. Oh, no,
17?
No, I think it was
2016 is when Trump was elected and Brexit started happening.
And was it 2017? Everybody just died. Anyway,
today, class, we will be dissecting a tweet. It used to be only 160 characters, but now it's something like 400. In this
so it's a small. It's a small essay. Okay, so you talk, guys. You basically talk around town. You discover some facts, about which direction it went. So now you're just gonna have to look on a map of that area. That isn't a world map. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you notice that there are, as you look at the map which Dan bought, there are 3 possible islands that are within a destination of it. And over here. Wow. He could have, where, the women could have ended up on.
Oh, let's zoom out a lot. Okay. Okay. Didn't realize how small of an area I was looking at. And now the stream can see the whole map. You're welcome, stream. That's a bit too small.
They can see my imperfection. Oh. It's a random generated map with a free web tool.
Yeah. Donjon, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Yeah. He's got some good stuff. I'll plug his site any day.
Mm.
So, what are these purple boxes? There's a lot of them.
Alright, so the first for the stream, because now you're watching this purple box is where the ratings of the ships have been happening. You are on this island over here. This island is where you came from. And these small boxes up here in the water are islands where the women could have ended up on. This small box over here on the other continent is where the port was where the ships have left from. And over here is where Henry's character is from. Originally, that's his home turf. You guys all left from over here somewhere. On an airship.
Wait, this purple box here. My ping is not very visible. I'll change this. Okay,
Do you mean
this box here?
Yeah.
I thought you said this was the where the harbor was that we left.
No, over here. This is where Henry's character is originally from. He isn't from the kingdom where you guys left from.
Right, but this one, you said something about a harbor.
Yeah, that's where the shipments from Henry's company. Was going to over here. That's where you go. That's your goal. Pink is your goal.
Okay, so basically the ships would have gone something like this, for the viewers, and then I guess actually everyone can see this, can't they?
Mm-hmm.
So is this kind of the chart, the
Yeah.
path that they would make, kind of?
Mm-hmm.
All 130 feet of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, don't look at that detail.
Oh, I get that.
Oh, sorry, that's fish feet.
That's
which
yeah.
is
Whale-
which is a much longer.
Giant's feet.
Yeah.
Assuming giants are colossi.
So and also I don't have a list. I don't have a list yet of 30 names, but you have been. The mayor comes in contact with you again and hands over the list, and also a stack of gold.
Oh, what was his name? Hang on, I can remember.
Lawrence.
What?
Lawrence.
Lawrence, that's it. So he's handed us a list of how many names?
30.
Exactly 30.
Yes.
Got it.
So, I've talked to the dockmaster for you, and he's agreed to lend you guys a ship, which should be big enough to hold. Or
Are we gonna get a crew? Because if it's a ship big enough for 30 people, plus us, I don't know if one person can man it.
Well, I'm sure you can find someone who's willing to sail with you.
Literally find the person who just wants to get boned, and that's going to be payment enough.
Just
I
go in the
assume.
corner. Who wants to see women again?
Women that aren't Jennifer.
Which you still haven't talked to. Okay.
Yes, I am going to go talk to her about
And I would
this.
like to go to the blacksmith to sell my crappy greatsword for scrap and my chain shirt.
you do that, you get 25 gold.
Okay. I pay back the 3 that I owe.
And it's good. Yeah, there's like, pleasure doing business with you, Preston.
And with you, Larto.
So you go talk to Jennifer, Jennifer's accessories, jeweler. See, do you go with them?
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. It's a pleasure talking to you again.
Yes, I was told that you might.
Oh, you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting.
Yeah, oh well. Yes, I was told that you might know what happened to the other women on this island.
Oh, yes, a tragedy. I don't know much. I arrived 3 days after the incident happened, but I did spot a ship on my way over here. It was charting more to the. It was charting to the southwest direction. Do you have a map?
I do. They don't.
You know, none of the islands you indicated are actually to the southwest.
In regards to. Oh, right. Shit, my bad.
Suddenly all these islands shift over.
Hang on. I gotta mark all of them. And then, yep. I forgot. I'll switch up east and west. That's in relation to the island.
Like, was it more westernly or more southerly?
It's more southerly. Kind of like my voice in some days. Do you have any more jewels to sell me? And you got wings that you can see.
Why do I have Why does everyone have these jewels?
You saw me break mine off.
I literally found them in a safe, along with the crap ton of ancient money, or unknown currency. I don't know where I got the dagger from. I think it was, like, a person.
I'm confused where all this stuff is coming from because all I have is like a Scroll of Create demi-plane.
I mean, that's a treasure amongst itself. If it's highest level.
But I can't cast it yet.
I had smashed his TV screen, and the emerald is what came off.
Yeah, now the TV screen is broken forever. It's just emerald.
Yep.
I'm just gonna reveal it because it's interesting detail. It was actually showing into the elemental plane of thought. So that's why they were able to hear Freda from it.
Is that like Brazzers?
What?
Or
Races?
Pornhub? It's a porn joke.
It's fine. I don't get the joke, but I hope I someday will. Perhaps when rewatching this, I will find out what the joke was.
Yeah, I actually spelt it out in the secret chat that you'll find at the top of the screen.
Okay. Alright.
Unless the editor removes it, depending on who the editor is.
Which is you.
No, actually, I'll be passing this over to Justin, probably.
Oh, wait.
Because it's his channel.
Damn it. You know, Aaron, by posting that in the Discord chat, which the viewers definitely can't see, you're creating an inside joke.
I know. It's meta.
Even if I were to put it inside of the, even if I were to open it up, it would not show up on screen, in stream. So I can look at Discord all I want, and it won't actually stop people from seeing map.
So that's what I know. My guess would be to that one.
Well then, was there anything distinctive about the ship? Like, did it look like a typical slaver ship?
I mean, I don't run into many slaver ships in my life, so I would be able to notice the difference or the remarkableness of one, I suppose. It did have like this weird front figure of just a man with a giant beard. So
This island that she's indicating, is there any information about it at all?
Wait, it had a man with a giant beard at the front?
yes.
So it's not a shaver's ship.
Don't speak such foul language.
Oh yes, of course, you're a dwarf. I'm a bit slow on the uptake anymore.
I will duck.
I
I will duck and use all the foul language I want.
Damn it, it's 2 puns. She just laughs a bit more at that. Oh, see, I didn't catch him, did I? Last time.
See,
I am Pierre Bloodaxe.
And I'm Jennifer Longhair. Of the long hair people, not long hair family.
Okay. I nod my head and turn around and walk out.
Oh, if you want to know more about the island, probably ask the local archivist. He might know something.
Where is he? This archivist?
At the library, of course.
Know where we're going now. And I start walking towards the library. This town's not very big, so I'm pretty sure I can find it, right?
Yeah. It's not obvious though. It's a library because it's in a coffee shop. It's kind of like some libraries have a coffee shop in them. It has a library in the coffee shop, so it's it's a joke.
Okay, I walk into the library.
The smell of warm coffee reaches your nostrils, and a man behind the counter says, "Yes, what can I get you?"
Well, first I need a coffee. I need alcohol with some coffee in it.
Ah, yes. Do you want the drawfish special? Of course.
And second, I need the Where's the archivist?
You speak of the archivist, and he kind of gets a bit shifty.
Yes.
He's in the back.
Well, first my alcohol with a tiny bit of coffee.
Well, it's 50-50.
No, it's supposed to be 75% whiskey and 25% coffee.
No.
Those crazy. No. That doesn't taste good.
What do you mean it doesn't taste good? It's delicious.
Well, I'm not going to go against the first rule of our country, which is the customer is always right, or at least what can be sold must be sold. So, if you want 75% whiskey in your coffee, well, let's do that. And he starts making you like an Irish drawfish coffee, and with also, do you want the cream out on top?
Yeah, some whiskey cream.
And he makes like a little. Do you have a family crest?
An axe, probably.
It's 2 axes crossed over each other. Your father says in your ear. Bloody, you're 50. How old are you again? 150 or something?
It's like 80 something.
You bloody 80 years old and can't remember your family's crest. Oh.
No, my character would not forget his family crest, but I was just trying to think of something on the spot.
I'm ripping into you. It's fine. So in the artist, the coffee maker makes it look like a family crest and hands it over to you. That will be 3 silver.
I pass over 3 silver.
And he takes it. And then he looks at a tip jar next to him. Looks back at you. Looks back at the tip jar. Looks back at you. Looks back at the tip jar. Looks back at you. Looks back at the tip jar. Looks back at you.
I'm getting the
Really
feeling that
asking.
you can keep on talking about that, like, keep on saying that, and nothing's gonna change.
You want to see your father's voice? We don't tip, Sonny. We don't. Just walk.
Yes.
take the coffee cup and go.
Yep. Yep, I walk to the back room.
Is that him like a cat?
You don't tip someone for just making a cup of coffee. You didn't even put enough whiskey inside.
I like that you're becoming more of a venture capitalist, pure liberal capitalist. Yeah, so you walk in the back room, and it's there are lots of bookshelves across the here. Also, like some rows of bookshelves in the middle. It's not a very big back room. It's more like a 20 by 30, 20 by 15 feet wide and long, and so it's trying to use the space it has optimally, which kind of leaves a bit of a cluttered space somewhere. But there is a table with 4 chairs in there, where you're already just seeing one person sitting there and study and looking over books and studying it, and you also can kind of see a back counter through the piles of books, and those counters wheel the books around, where you see a human with a long white beard, and I don't know what this is, samurai? No, what's it called? Those when you're bald on top, but the sides of your hair grow long.
Like a monk type hairstyle? A bowl cut? No, reverse bowl cut?
Or just balding, and you haven't shaved your head.
Yeah.
I
so
know that
it's-
Friar Tuck had that kind of hairstyle from Robin Hood.
Well, a monk's haircut's really specific. Like, it's just a circle right,
So let's go
right
with
at the top.
bald- Let's go with balding on top then.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Hang on. I mean, you can continue talking. I'll just figure out what it is.
Yeah, Are you the one called the archivist?
I am indeed. What can I help you with?
I need some information.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, been hired to find the women of this island.
Oh, such a tragic tale, indeed.
You sound very similar to the jeweler.
Well, maybe the GM can't make more 3 voices, so what's up about that? Hang on. I heard something in my throat. Is that better?
The jeweler's very high, the archivist... the jeweler's very low, the archivist is very high.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I figured out why the jeweler wasn't taken.
I need.
Okay. I can do it. Okay. I can do. I can do a voice that doesn't make me laugh. Okay. Yes.
I need information about one of the islands close by. Apparently, that might be the island where the women were taken.
Okay. Damn it. Okay. Yes. Do you
And-
know? Do
Do you have a map?
you know the name of it? And
No. Do you have a map? I can point it out on a map.
well, yeah. Hang on. And you kind of trails the sand in the air, and you kind of see as a. You kind of have to. You don't actually have to duck because he's taller than you.
This thing
Uh.
is what you're talking about, correct? The left image, not the right image.
Yes. That's exactly right.
Yep.
And see, you kind of stuck out of the way as like a scroll, a folded up scroll kind of zooms by ahead, and then he catches it in his hands and sprays it out on a table. Yes. Trying to nail the voice. Where on here do you think? Which island do you mean?
Yeah, I paint this island.
Okay. That one. Oh. Ooh. Let me consult some books. And you see him kind of shuffle around and go into one of the back rows of the bookshelves, and then pulling out a book. It's like a red book, red leather book with golden trimmings on the side, and he comes back over again and puts it on the counter and then turns the page and flips it through it and finds. Okay. As far as we know, that island used to be inhabited very much so, but somewhere around 50 years ago, it went silent. An incident happened, a volcano eruption. We took in most of the refugees from there, so some of them went to the other two islands, and it's been deemed uninhabitable since.
That's the direction. And the ship was heading right towards this island.
Oh, that's 50 years ago, so who knows how it's now, right? At least it was a big, volcanic eruption. Some people managed to escape from the island, and other people did not.
No other information about it?
I mean, there are some towns on there, some hamlets, one central city. There was a bit of an odd religion they had going there. Some cultish things we've heard from there. Though that was like 2 centuries ago, though, at that time. So it's kind of like, did it resurface? Who knows, really? You going there?
Yes, I've been paid to attempt to retrieve the women.
Might not be a bad idea. There isn't really any particularly local fauna or flora you should be aware of that's immediately dangerous. There are some chimeras apparently, native chimeras, so don't go on a particular part of the island.
I see nothing wrong with random chimeras.
Also, it has a mountain. It's been rumored. Well, we know of the people who live there. There was a bit of a harpy infestation at one point. They managed to quell it down for the most part, but with no people around to quell it down, it probably fled up again. Which is why you got attacked by harpies in episode 1. Keep dropping those.
I nod my head for a bit. Well then, I guess that's everything.
Hmm. I mean,
Well-
I can't keep.
Well, thanks for your help, I guess.
Enjoy your coffee and your stay here at Starcoin.
I turn around and walk out of the library.
Stargolds.
Do you follow him, C?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have everything you kinda need for now.
Yep, now it's time to recruit some horny guys that are desperate enough to work for free.
Yeah?
How do you go about doing that?
Going to go save the women. Who wants to come?
Yeah, go into a bar. Be like, so, it's kind of a sausage fest. We're gonna go save the women. Who wants to come?
Roll a persuasion check.
I could say something incredibly sexual, but I would prefer not. I would
God.
choose not to.
Stop quitting you.
Literally everyone in the town abandon the island, hop on a ship.
There's sailors who have been without women for a week.
Yeah, no.
Only a week, to be fair.
True, but when they get into dock, how long has it been?
Alright, so that natural 20, I'm gonna have to give you something for it. I'm gonna
The entire
say
town.
no.
The
You don't
biggest
get-
ship.
No. You get a crew for the ship, and they will do it for free, but they won't. Well, okay, you can give me if you give me a speech right now about where you lay out what you want them to do, also how much of a risk they're gonna be taking. Like, are you trying to build them up to be heroes in their own minds, or are you just trying to get them to do your bidding?
I'll tell them they can come with us if they want. We'll do all the dangerous tasks. We'll rescue the women. They will be hailed as heroes when they come back. All they have to do is steer the ship for us and make sure we get there and back in one piece.
And these women will probably be very grateful once they get off the island.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you'll be alone on a ship with them for however long the trip is.
True.
They can raise their hands, but I mean, we don't expect like anything in reward from them. They are their own agents, and they have their own lives to live. So I mean,
But the implications. Yes, of course. We're saving them because they're poor, desperate damsels in distress, and yeah, that too.
like just so we're clear on this, right? That we're doing this altruistically and not.
Yes, you would be doing this altruistically.
Whatever you feel like.
Yep.
Whatever will get you onto our ship.
Yeah. Yeah. We can set up a little shrine. You can pray for their safety. Whatever you need.
I suppose that's good enough for me. What about you guys? You get a crew of 5 people joining up.
All you need to do is bring your own supplies.
That wasn't part of the deal! That pipes up.
Whilst they've been giving this pep talk, I would like to polish my new sword.
Giggity.
Okay. I intended to polish just well on your normal sword to give it a +1 and maybe a late effect later on. But you've tricked me, Dan.
I've outwitted the system.
You found the loophole. So
You could just
yes,
work on magic.
no, I'm kind of interested in it. I'm gonna say it works. You get a +2 sword.
I thought you said it would take time.
Oh, it's basically you can write this down because I won't remember it later.
Yep.
What it adds to the weapon is that it has a 1 in 20 chance of breaking after each long rest. After extended use is basically what I mean there. As if you've used it for on combat, it won't break during combat unless I want it to. I think it's a traumatic moment. Like if you roll double ones, that would be funny.
Not with my luck. My luck's pretty shit.
It would have to be double ones in roll of the. Okay, fine. Anyways, it has a 1 in 20 chance of breaking, and its extra bonus effect is it has 1 roll on the wild magic table. If you hit with the sword if you make a successful attack, it also has 1 roll on the wild magic table.
Each time, or like per day, per short rest?
Per crits, or just this happens every time you attack with the sword?
Triple attack. Okay, so roll 3 times on the wild magic table.
Okay, I can kind of get that. I'm gonna make a new table for it, basically, because I wanna have some fun with it. Because it's a +2 magic, it's kind of powerful for level.
Right.
7.
I was gonna say, like, after each attack, there's a chance that it rolls on the wild magic table. Like, roll a d6 on a 6, it rolls on the magic.
Well, originally how the casting does, you need to roll d20. If you roll 20, you roll the wild magic table.
No,
I got
this
a
is
cool
a
idea.
better one.
If you roll doubles.
I was just gonna say if you roll a 6, but doubles works.
Like if you roll 2 14s, it goes off.
Oh no, I'm talking about on damage. So it's even higher chance.
Okay, yeah. If you do doubles on the damage dice.
If you.
I'll be back in a minute.
Because also, don't you like roll 3d6?
Yeah.
Isn't it just...
I rolled 2d6. But if I crit, that'll bump up to 3d6. Or no, actually, it's double dice, so that'd be 5d6. Because savage attacks just gives me an additional die.
Yeah. And I'm gonna edit the list so it both has some very extreme bad things that could happen and some positive things that could happen.
I think I'm gonna fight away from you.
Hit the pose attack, instant 9th level fireball, set that upon yourself. Shit.
So the lotion of the ocean's gone?
Yep.
Okay.
It also now you saw it smells like a sea breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Literally a salty dog.
Okay. It's been a productive evening, I think.
I'm back.
You have
What is the die roll for wild magic?
1d1.
1d100.
Okay.
Are you gonna write a script for it now?
Hmm?
Are you gonna write a script so it rolls an automatic 1d100 if it has two of the same results?
No, because you cannot do that in the 5th ed character sheet. Instead, I have set damage 2 to be wild magic.
Alright, let me just check. Okay, cool. So, I think it is a good stopping point.
Yeah, pretty good. We have a bigger ship. We have a crew. And we have a mission.
So that plus 10 is...
I suggest creating a handout for wild magic
Yeah, there it is.
stuff.
86 wild magic. 415.
That's sick. Check. Yeah, I'm gonna create a handout for it, but I'm gonna have to create the list. But let's just take wild magic table. What 86 is right now.
Yeah.
You cast Blink, which in this case would mean you cast Blink on the target.
Oh, there's doubles. That second one, so 88.
For the next minute, all your spells will be casting time of one action have a casting time of one bonus action.
Too bad I don't cast spells.
Mm-hmm. See, that's for instance one I would.
Did you find a different wild magic table? Am I in homebrew?
There's a wild magic table in the sorcerer.
Yeah, that's what I thought I had found. But I'm getting different results.
Well, what would 88 be on yours?
You cast fly on a random creature within 60 feet of you.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Suddenly...
How about post that one? Like post in chat or something.
I'm doing it, Peter! I'm flying!
Yeah, this is the normal wild magic table. I'm trying to find... If there's one that says you become a potted plant, this is the wild magic table.
What?
Yeah, potted plant is 41. 42.
Okay, yep, this is
that
one.
permanent?
Until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
But while a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage.
Oh. Well, it's not permanent, so...
Ooh, for the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Yeah, but there's some bad stuff on there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think there's one where you cast Fireball on yourself.
Yeah, you can't speak for the next minute. You cast Fireball as a 3rd level spell centered on yourself.
I could probably survive that. If I'm undamaged.
I mean, you could.
Roll a d10. Your height changes by a number of inches equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you shrink. If the roll is even, you grow.
And I'm guessing that's permanent.
There's no duration on that. Just
Yeah,
that's
that's permanent then.
A unicorn controlled by the DM appears in space 5 feet from you, then disappears 1 minute later. That's actually pretty good.
Assuming the unicorn's on your side. We've got a lot of evil people here.
I mean, aren't the unicorns are chaotic good creatures, aren't they? Or what did you?
Well, I mean, yeah, if we're fighting like undead, yeah, unicorn's probably gonna go against the undead. If we're fighting like animals, even like arguably evil animals like chimeras, or well, like if we're fighting griffins, he might side with the griffin.
Okay, so there is the wild magic table. Um, that's in the handbook. So if you put that into a handout, I can show the stream.
Or we
I
could
mean-
just copy and paste this wild magic table, the one that Aaron posted.
Ooh.
I'm trying to see what the worst one would be.
Probably fireball on yours position.
I mean, that's the classic one.
I'm gonna change it though.
Well, that or the polymorph.
Well, yeah, you could take out like 99 to 100, which is the super awesome, is you regain all expended sorcery points, which is pointless.
There's also I'm looking at a Reddit post. It's called a true 1D magic search table, where it doesn't have it divided up into different. It has 100 things on it, and it's number 100 is next phrase spoken by comes true. That's pretty powerful. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Your new sword.
Alright, I'm ending the recording at pretty much exactly 10 o'clock. Thank you all for watching. We are 40 seconds short of 2 hours and 55 minutes. But near. So, yep. Thanks for watching.